No. So if it is looking for, so why it is allowing, why it is having bypass options, actually we have to allow. So while designing a wiki, we have to allow while designing a wiki. I think you know, in web development, wiki allows, wiki is similar to a website or application, but it allows anonymous users to edit its content, That is what actually the speciality of wikis. So wiki is similar to a website or application, but allows anonymous user. That means you cannot edit the resources of any other websites directly. That means you cannot change the page contents of any website or application. But if it is a wiki, it should allow. So in that case, it should allow the developers even to submit the queries and pass the queries. For handling that, we need this kind of situation. I think many of you know what is a wiki. So you know Wikipedia. So we know Wikipedia. But the point about Wikipedia is, what you have to know about Wikipedia is, so actually the word wiki, the term wiki is a Hawaiian word, which means quick. And what is about Wikipedia is, suppose I am typing some JavaScript. It will show information about JavaScript. Not only showing information about JavaScript, you can see right side, there is an option edit. That means you can even edit its content. And when I go to edit, you can observe that in the edit mode, it will give you an option to make changes into it, where you can write your HTML logic also to make bold, italic, to insert symbols and all. You can submit your queries and you can post those queries. That means it is saying that so your sources you cite under ref. You submit the changes. Their admin will verify those changes, and if those changes are appropriate, then they will allow them. That is what actually the concept. So that is the reason you should know that. Technically. So when we are designing such wikis, we should allow them to make the changes into it. So that is a key point. And in that, we need to allow them to write the queries, and queries need to be submitted. And if your application is blocking them, then that is not working fine. Such wikis requires this kind of situation. So because I think you know about web development, means basically websites, applications, wikis, blogs, podcasting, so many things will be there. Now, this is one important thing you need to know. And how you manage this and handle this. Technically, how to work with this and manage this. Generally, how we can handle that. Actually, suppose, see, one simple example for this is, now in this security here, so in the TypeScript file here, yeah. So in order to implement any specific functionality, and inside this also, yeah. So I'm configuring a simple URL here, defining a simple URL here. So what we are using is, into the constructor, we are declaring a private and a sanitizer. We are importing a DOM sanitizer. This DOM sanitizer is present in the platform browser. So it is present in the platform browser, from where you are importing this DOM sanitizer. And in the DOM sanitizer, I'm just after configuring that DOM sanitizer, right? So here I am writing some logic here. So in the constructor, we are defining some content. So we are configuring some content here. So the content is just like some URL. So we are configuring some URL here. So suppose, so public, so some dangerous URL. So suppose, yeah, XSS URL, something like this. I defined that XS is URL. So here I defined, and this URL usually contains, this URL contains some JavaScript code. So with an alert. So in the alert, it shows some hello as an option inside that alert. So that is a JavaScript option, and that we configured. This is URL. And I defined another one, that is some trusted URL. And this trusted URL, so that means we are configuring trusted URL. We are configuring that trusted URL. Now what should happen here is, so generally on initialization or anywhere when you are configuring this, so we are defining this dot trusted URL. This dot trusted URL is equal to, trusted URL is equal to sanitizer. This dot sanitizer dot, we can use bypass securities. You see there is an bypass security, and the trust URL method is there. Currently we are bypassing the security for the URLs. So because this JavaScript is used in URL, I think many of you know we use in anchor element, right? And here we are defining the option. So this dot access URL that we are configuring, we are defining that. That means trusted URL. So trusted URL is using a sanitizer, and it is bypassing the trusted security for that dangerous URL. For the dangerous URL, it is bypassing the security. You can directly configure that. We can configure that directly inside the constructor and define this inside the constructor, that it loads into the constructor directly. So I can just use here sanitizer. So this sanitizer can bypass that security, right? We are configuring that. Anywhere you can define and configure that. And we need to use this and configure. Now, when we are configuring and using this, that means here we need to implement this. So that is what we are configuring here. So now on initialization or in the constructor, we are configuring this here, right? So this is this dot. So we have sanitizer and using it. Now what we are trying to do is we are going to build an page. And this is an XSS URL. That is the XSS URL. I am configuring a link, and in the link href property, I am using that XSS URL. And here I am saying, don't trust. That is what the XS URL. Another option we are configuring is trusted URL. And here I am defining, so href, and here I am defining, so that is trusted URL. And here I say trust me, something like this we have configured in that. That means we are defining these options and configuring those options here. That means here when we are using, we have don't trust. And so you inspect the element here. And in the console, you can see that so sanitizing is unsafe. That means